Hi, everybody. I'm Taylor. This is Eddie. That's Konjelly. I'm old. I'm cranky. He's old. He's crankier. And Con's probably young and less cranky, but whatever. So
I'm not that young.
Welcome.
I'm pretty cranky.
Yeah. Well, how old are you, Con? First question. How old are you?
So,
we're going to get right into it.
How old am I? I got to remember. I'm 38. 38.
Okay, you're young.
You're a wee young spring chicken. Yeah.
I'll be 39 in 2 months.
All right.
Where are you located, Con? I have your address somewhere, but I forgot to look at it. So
I'm in Virginia. I'm in Southeast Virginia, basically at the ocean.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't live at the ocean, but I'm pretty close to it.
I used to live in Newport Beach, so I know the ocean.
Eddie's lived everywhere.
Yeah,
he's like herpes. He gets around.
Hey, I have gone East Coast and West Coast. Born in Jamestown, lived in Queens.
Jamestown,
New York.
Virginia? Oh,
New York.
All right, I want to say hi to the chat before Eddie just starts rambling about where he's all lived. Let's Crucius, welcome. Slotted up. Good seeing you. It's been so long. It's been feels like minutes. And Gary B. Welcome. Yeah, hi. Welcome again. Hanging out for to sleep for work. Your grow together thing, Gary, is very cool.
Yeah.
So, what's up, Hunter? How you doing? Thank you for buying a mystery box. It'll get out still about 2 weeks from now. I have not actually started on any of the art. I need to get 2 people to commit to what the hell they want me to paint. One's that Spider-Man moose, and that's fun to nail down. So.
Sorry, I had to adjust. New monitor. We got a second monitor kind of bugging me. Sorry.
It's all good.
So, you guys had a great rigged episode tonight. That was really fun.
That was a lot of fun. I went overboard with the sound effects, but
Yeah, I've been trying to find, like you were doing with the sound effects. I was trying to find something to be able to put them into, put them into your system.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Well, stupid me bought one of these things, live soundboard type. I don't have the.
You have a job, sir.
It was $10.
That adds up.
So I'm actually an audio engineer, and I have apps for that kind of stuff. So
nice. That explains why you have the sultry tones on your mic too.
He's got the voice like Rob. He's second to Rob on the voice department.
Oh, thank you.
So what? Okay. Let's go straight into a few.
Although, see, Slotted Up is saying you're quiet, Con. So I don't know if you can adjust the levels at all.
Yep.
Yeah, you're a little quiet.
It's just that Eddie's real loud.
Yeah, I can back up my mic then.
No, I just meant personality-wise.
Well, I guess the problem with this little thing I parked on is this little V8 sound card thing, and it has the jack for the mic is one of the big, one of those. Is an actual jack, not a USB.
XLR?
Yeah, and I need to be able to, and my little cheap mic's only, I guess if I would to do it that way, it actually has like a laugh track on it and crap you can put in there. I thought it'd be fun, but that didn't work. But,
Hunter, I'm probably not going to paint franchise kicks. Thanks. Good idea, though.
Okay, now if I did pay you, Taylor, would you do a side-by-side up in the corners, franchise kicks on one side, Gembin on the right.
No. No. I'm not painting anything with those two and DJ Links.
I didn't say put anything connotations.
Hang on. You're on timeout, sir. Anyways. I muted Eddie just for a minute.
Unmute you.
Except for he can unmute himself. Yeah. How do I boot Eddie?
Okay, let's get Con in here. Okay, first question. I'm going to do it since Taylor's bored with the questions. You want to do it? Favorite mystery box you've opened and why?
Oh, honestly, I think I just opened one from Wild Comics, and I told him that it was a great mystery box, and it was because every book I got in it, even though some of them weren't super valuable, but every book was one that I would want to own. And so I don't know that I'm going to sell any of them that I got from there. And one of them is
yeah, you are a little low, by the way. Your mic is definitely on the low side.
All right, let me turn up the gain.
It's okay. The professional.
Oh, you know what?
I set up for a solo setup and
it's the settings in here. Hold on.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Perfect.
Is that better?
Yeah, you're good.
I saw the wild one. I was wondering. I don't have that person followed. I thought about following them and seeing.
But I got this.
Yeah, it's a nice slab.
Which I'd never owned before, so that was really cool. And a Spawn number 9 in a 996, which I had just gotten. It was funny. I just won that in T. Ravis's mystery box. I got the grand prize, which was a Spawn 9.6.
Yeah, right. You got a couple spawns to sell, or one to sell, and
Yep.
Nice.
So that was a good one. Other than that, I don't know that I like that one. Might be my favorite just because it's the most recent one too. But
gotcha.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head that really stood out. But I just have fun opening, like the same reason I like opening cards. Like it's kind of a gamble every time, and just see if you get something cool. So
you've seen what I've opened. I've opened way too many cards. I got more coming.
Yep.
Don't ask. But okay, Taylor, you got a question for him? Or should I continue to drill him?
It's okay. So, have you? When are you going to make your own mystery box? That's the next step in the evolution.
I don't know because I actually don't sell a lot. I mostly collect, so
sure.
I'm not a big seller. I've got a store that I've been like trying to set up, but I really haven't put much effort into it because, in honesty, my day job has been so crazy over the last like 2 months that I can barely get videos online.
Gotcha.
And I'm like days behind answering comments on my channel right now.
I'm way behind. So what's the day? What is the day job? Where do you do your sound magic?
Oh, actually, I don't do sound anymore. I used to. Well, I left. I dropped out of college to run sound for a band, and I did that for a few years. And when the band, it's a whole long story, but the band, as we ended up like starting to go our separate ways, I needed money, and I started working for my parents' company, and I've been doing that for 15 years now. And so I basically along with a counterpart of mine, I basically run a company that my grandfather started in '77, and we sell electrical equipment to the Navy and like high tech industrial type customers. So it's very boring stuff, but
okay, then back to the band. Would we know the band?
No, you wouldn't, unless you happen to go to college between the years of 2004 to 2007 in a very specific region. Then you might know the band, but no, they were originally Virginia Creeper was their name, and then they had to change it because there was a metal band in New York that called themselves Virginia Creeper, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
And they changed their name to Rain Market, which was a terrible name, but that's what they were.
Never heard of them. Yep.
Yeah, nobody's heard of them.
Pretty bad.
DJ says you're definitely gonna do a box con.
I probably will, just to get rid of so many. I've got so many books behind me that I've got to sort through and just I don't know what to do with. I don't have room for
if you buy enough boxes, you're going to end up having to make a box to get rid of stuff.
Yeah. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to make a box that's just the same stuff I'm getting in everybody else's box. So I probably will eventually do one, but definitely not today.
Yeah, I hear you.
And answer to Jason's questions, he's in Virginia.
Yeah.
What's he going to hire me for?
Eddie, you're willing to move anywhere. Just admit it.
I am hiring an electrical engineer right now.
I'm a GIS engineer.
Eddie was going to go to Schaumburg, but he's scared of the big city of the suburb far out from Chicago. He thinks it's dangerous.
I haven't gotten a phone call yet. I mean, if I got a phone call, my wife said we'd take it, but I mean, she doesn't really want to move away from the grandkids. But
if any of you have ever been to Schaumburg, just the idea of being terrified by it or scared of it is just very amusing.
Well, no. I've lived. I spent time in Chicago, north of Chicago. I forgot the name where my aunt used to live, but
Evanston.
No big deal. It was a suburb outside. It was. Don't ask me. It's been 20 years I've been there.
Okay.
And I never could figure it out. If it was Creed, I never would have admitted it.
Nickelback. No.
Virginia Creeper sounds like. Oh, okay. I read DJ's thing a little different there. I saw the VIRG and went, okay, hold on, my glasses are not reading right. Creeping what? What's he talking about?
It sounds like a Grant Morrison supervillain.
Sounds like a spider.
Yeah, it's a tree.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
It's weird.
Okay. Favorite book in your collection then? What do we got? And weirdest book. So you gotta do both.
Oh man. All right. Favorite book. to read or just in general?
Your choice.
Doesn't matter.
So my favorite book I own is my copy of Amazing Spider-Man #1, the Golden Record reprint.
Nice.
I've got it.
What's the Golden Record reprint? I just have no. I remember.
It was a very early reprint, right?
I thought I might get asked a question like that, so I actually did.
Nice.
Bring it out here. So it's a 9.4.
I did like 20 years without collecting. Oh, that's a newer reprint. Okay, I see.
Well, so it's from 1966. So it was very soon after the original was released. The only real difference is there's no 12-cent price on the cover, and the back is an ad for the Golden Record comics.
Your reverse. It's cool.
And it's worth a little less.
A little less.
Yeah. I think this one right now is worth about $1,100.
I knew it was still no joke, but like,
wow.
Yeah, it's not nothing, but it's not. I mean, if I had the ASM 1 in a 9.4, that's what 100,000 maybe. More?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That. Yeah, and 100 in a 9.4, it's probably more than that.
Yeah, it's probably 200 or 300.
Yeah,
yeah. So that's my my favorite book. I would say a close second is I own every single cover of Something Is Killing the Children.
Nice.
I thought you were going to say Venom. I was going to say, oh no, don't.
No.
All the variants and all the everything.
All up through issue 14.
Wow.
I have everything, which I'm tempted to sell some right now because some of those are over $1,000, which is crazy.
We were talking about
even the store exclusives that you can hunted down and all of what that.
I had most of them originally purchased. I didn't buy them on eBay. I only have a couple that I had to buy on eBay, and it was really early. I didn't pay more than I think $50 for any book.
Oh, it's a bargain now.
Yeah.
We were talking yesterday, and now is the time. I think those.
Yeah.
Unless they actually do announce something soon, I think
they'll probably announce something soon. I'd wait till they announce and then just unload at least a few of them.
I might. I think the one of my favorite things in my collection though isn't a book. It's actually right there on the wall. That's the original cover art of issue 11. Of
oh, nice.
Killing the Children.
Is that who did the cover? Was it what's his face?
Yeah, Martin Simmons. No,
yeah,
sorry, Werther Dell'Edera.
Yeah, Werther. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
I didn't get into that book till like number 12. So I'm backtracking and never going to get all of them. So.
It's a great read.
Yeah, I love it.
The first paperback. That's as far as I've gotten.
I started reading the paperback. Yes, I'm not far into it, but I've started. So
you asked the weirdest book that I have in my collection,
or weirdest book you've ever slabbed.
So I don't know that it's weird, but I think it's probably the most unique. I do have a copy of the Adventures of Jimmy Halpert, the comic from The Office.
Yeah.
I bought that from the artist that did it.
Nice.
And I think he still has some copies for sale.
He has a few. I know Adrian APM knows him, and has managed to snag a few throughout the years or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, so that one was pretty cool. I'm a huge Office fan, so just being able to get that was pretty.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's worth a pretty penny too, really, because there's none out there.
Well, I don't know. I think I've seen them sold on eBay for like $50.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think they're that crazy.
Never mind.
I didn't even know it was an Office comic book, so it's news to me. I never actually watched The Office.
It was so in the story, the Pam, the lead. Of the lead couple, Pam made the comic book for Jim, and so they actually made a comic book for the show to actually have in hand.
Nice.
And so this is what that was. It's really only 4 pages. So.
Oh, wow,
that's
really?
all right. The Do You Poo comic is just the same comic with every different cover and all of them. So
what was the point of that? Yeah, what is that Pooh JPGs?
It's just
for covers, right?
It's just different covers for a Winnie the Pooh book.
Oh. Yeah. You're kidding me. Okay. I've only seen people get them and then, okay, nothing I need to collect.
Yeah, I've never actually picked up one, but I heard it was just a couple pages, and it's the same book every time, right?
It's the same book every time, yeah.
With just different covers.
If you're looking for a decent mystery box, Yeah-Man puts together a pretty good one. I don't know if you've ever bought from him.
Yeah-Man does good ones.
Yeah, he's on Instagram. He doesn't drop as many as he used to. He used to drop like 10 or 20, and now he just does like 1 or 2 at a time whenever he's gets a Jones to win some raffles or whatever he does.
Or wants to buy a book. So.
Yeah. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've been trying. I was thinking about doing what is it? Wild? Not Wild. Who's the? something Eye Comics.
Eye Candy.
Eye Candy.
Eye
Yeah.
Eye Candy does a good one. They've gotten real expensive though.
Yeah,
I was this close.
He put out what 2 more $800 ones just to add on to the other 10 he did. I'm going, yeah, it's never gonna happen. I can't do it. And
now Choo Choo's almost sold out of his $500 boxes, which
but he had like 20 of them, didn't he?
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
if you do that's
I was very close to pulling the trigger on the I think he called it the high roller box.
Oh yeah,
one. He made one and it was 1,050. And as I was thinking about it, which I probably wouldn't have done it, but as I was thinking about it, he messaged me and said, "Oh, sorry, it's sold."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in that range until when the job comes. I'll be back in the range of buying a few, but I've done.
Oh, I figured when it came to that one, the only thing that would push me over the edge was I could probably, even if I hated it, I could sell all of it and probably make my money back. So
yeah, I did that with I did that with DJ's box. I already got rid of the Amazing Spider-Man's already gone and the slab's already gone. I'm not paid off on it, but I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Choo Choo, you gonna go for it, Eric? Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, if you do it, yeah, man, you're probably gonna get the grand prize again because it's clearly rigged.
Yeah, and his amazing. He says is one amazing box. He asked me about it a few times, but I'm already thinking between Taylor's box and then Rob's box if he puts his out. I like that idea. It's a lot of old stuff. So
yeah, Rob's is intriguing. If it's a PGX or whatever, that slab, sir. We're going to come to words and blows.
No, he said they were going to be I thought he said they were going to be CBSC.
No, I don't pay attention to what it actually says. I'm just going to wait. I'll read the description when the box drops. Otherwise, it's just a lot of
I own one PGX slab, and it's a copy of the reprint of ASM 129. It's the Lionsgate reprint, and I bought it for $10. And I bought it when I first started getting back into collecting seriously because what I wanted to do was have one slab from PGX, CGC, and CBS so that I could in hand see which one I preferred. And I was like, I know PGX is not respected, but I at least should try it and see what it's like. Yeah. So it cost me $10. And
I have 2 PGX. I have one from Rob, which was a 1 of 100 Carnage, which actually I like. It's a Maximum Carnage 1 of 100 shot. And then I've got one of the X-Men ones. I was bad. I started bidding on stuff without looking. Except CGC, you're like, but oh well, it cost me like $40.
Yeah.
So older X-Men, so not a big deal. Oh, got to check. Okay, making sure I'm not missing anything. I already missed out 3 different things. But you did drop today. I'll be taking
Eddie, you gotta get rid of that FOMO. It'll kill you.
Dude, this was like 6 months ago. I was FOMO all over the place.
You were just checking. I mean, like what you're doing right now. You're checking your phone, worried about missing out.
Oh no, there's a few things I'm watching, not a lot, but. No, the FOMO happened right after I sold off $20,000 worth of Hot Wheels, and I had a job, and I had the money. I FOMO'd everything. If I would have done eBay bucks, I would have had way too much. It would have been ugly.
I think eBay stopped doing their bucks too, didn't they?
They're doing some of the weird thing with it. I think it expires after the quarter. I think expired in April. Then after that, they're doing something else. I don't know. I'm not. Yeah. No big deal.
Yeah.
Would you like to open up to everybody, Taylor? We've grilled.
I don't know. Yeah, sure. Well, hang on. Do you have any grails you're chasing yet this year, Con?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, let's go with that.
Grails I'm chasing. So I do want to own every single issue of Amazing Spider-Man. So
that's a worthy goal.
I've got everything over 100 except for a couple weird issues in the 400s that I can pick up at any back issue place whenever I want to. But there's the rest of them are all under 100. I think I still need like 40 or so books.
Wow.
So I'm right now with the I haven't gotten my most recent stimulus check, but when I get that one, I think I'm going to buy I think I'm going to get a low ASM key. I tried to get one recently, tried to get ASM 13. And I was going back and forth with Jason over at he runs a certified comic shop, and he has a private collection, and he had a 2.5 of ASM 13, which I was like, all right, that's could be in my price range. Let's check it out. And the price was good and everything, but the reason why it was a 2.5 is because a kid had scribbled all over the front cover.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay, then one other question. When did you first start collecting? What got you into it?
I mean, I first started when I was a kid. I think I was in
38. So
I think I was in like 5th grade. It was early. I think it was probably around 90, maybe 89.
Right after all the phone books. The year I got out of college.
Yeah.
So Rob Liefeld got you started on it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, it's what it was that era. It's not. There's no knocking it. It's just,
I worked at a comic shop. I was what 18. That was my first year in last year of high school, first year of college. I was working at a comic shop.
Well, I didn't get any of Liefeld's books. Most of the stuff that I read back then was Silver Surfer.
Okay.
And Spider-Man, obviously. And I went back and looked and got my collection a few years back. So I collected them as a kid, and like a lot of people, stopped when it wasn't cool anymore.
Yeah.
and then picked it back up probably about 10 years ago, I guess.
Nice.
And went back and picked and looked through my collection. I had a couple books, but it was the late 80s, early 90s. There was I had ASM 361, which I did get graded, and it came back a 9.4, so I actually took care of that one. But my ASM 375, that was probably my favorite book when I was a kid, and there's no way I could grade it because it's the whole spine is just ticks the whole way, and so
yeah, I noticed my first books were the first Secret Wars, and those are ticked. I had to go buy different ones to get them.
Yeah, and I don't even remember I don't remember actually reading them that many times, but I guess I read them over and over and over again. So
it's also like if you're that young, even you can get spine ticks in 2 seconds.
Well, and we also didn't have the internet or anything back then, so I got one book a month, and I'm like, I can just read that 10 times before I get the next
exactly.
one.
So,
yep.
What's up, Jimmy Dunn? Yeah, do you know Titan Comic Pressing? Have you Patrick at all? Have you interacted with him ever?
I think I've heard the name, but I haven't.
He's
interacted with
also working on getting all the ASMs. He might have some duplicates. He's only got one left to go. He's looking for number 11, and that's the last one I think he's got to get.
Wow.
So
yeah, well, Man might have a few extras left over. He was working on it, but I think he's been dumping a lot of his.
I got a ton of extras in the 300, 400 range because I ended up buying a collection off of somebody, and he had a bunch of Spider-Mans in that range. So I think I have the whole Brand New Day run.
Gotcha.
Duplicated that I might put up on eBay or something because I don't need 2 copies of it.
You don't really need one. Kidding. Brand New Day is great.
I think
is that the one where the devil or Morpheus?
Mephisto.
Yeah.
It gives resets the world, and nobody knows who Spider-Man is, but he has to give up his
his marriage.
Mary Jane.
Yeah, that's a great storyline.
That was out of my range when I stopped collecting. So.
By the way, you mentioned Hot Wheels earlier, Eddie, and I got to say, I got this in the box that you did.
Yes, that's the one I could never put into competitions because of what's on that roof.
Yeah, it's also the reason why I can't give it to my nephew.
You painting boobies on there, Eddie?
No, take a look at it. Show it up.
Right here.
It's legal better now, but
gotcha. Yeah, all right.
Those are not stickers. That is all what do they call them? Not decals, but I'm tired. They're basically just you paint the first base coat, you put them on, then you paint over the base coat, and then pull them off carefully to get them actually to come out like that. That was one of my favorite ones I did because of the random stuff on it, but that's a heavy one.
Well, now it just sits right in front of me.
I'm running out. I don't have many. There are not many custom ones left. I have an entire box full. Of customs other people give people. When you go to conventions for the Hot Wheels, you run around and give Hot Wheels to everybody. So you do 10 customs or 20, and then you trade with people. Okay. Well, I've been doing that since 2006. I have a box this big that it is baggy cars. Those are going to end up making into boxes after I run out of my own. So, because I'm selling off all my paints and airbrushes. So
I got to disagree with Rob here because I loved Scarlet Spider when I was a kid. I still love that costume. I don't know what it is. It's so 90s. With the cut off sweatshirt with the hood on it.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Oh, I loved it. I still love it. I love it.
Terrible. That was oh my god. Yeah. I did pick up an ASM 344 finally. I've been looking for that, but my ASM 361 came back so bad from CGC. I need to get a better copy of it, but I can't afford it. So we got ripped to 7.5. But hey,
there's so many of them out there. You just got to buy it raw.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I'm waiting on a mystery box from Sans Groups and Comics, and the grand prize in that box was a 98 361. Nice. I'm not going to get it. That's not how my luck works. But
when I first moved up here and I found the comics I had left, I kept actually most of the McFarlane stuff I had left. I sold my 320 years ago, but only for like $30 back then. But I looked in and saw 361. Didn't think about Carnage, and I sold I think about $40, and that was 3 years ago. It was raw. It was probably all my raw ones actually came back pretty good. But would you like to open it up to everybody so we can?
Sure, that way
yell and complain at us.
Yeah, all right. Anybody want to jump on cam? Feel free.
I got a question for Rob. I was curious about it. I forgot but I can wait till later. Not a big deal, but yeah, his box is dropped and he's got I think 1 slab and 26 older books. So you're looking sub 90s? I think he said. I think it's 190 shipped. So I'm gonna look into it. I have to go watch the thing after this. I think that's my last box for a while.
Well, he can re-announce it now if he wants. So,
he'll better if I put my mic down.
Maybe.
Great. The 2 big on the bottom and our streaks up top.
I don't know what you're talking about, John. The Maximum Clonage is the worst pile of garbage ever.
There you go.
The only thing,
I didn't say it was a good story.
The only good thing that came out of it was some of the Ben Reilly stuff, some of his innovations with his webbing, the impact webbing and stuff was neat. It was different, but the rest of it, that is the story that actually had me quit collecting comics and sell off my entire collection until years later when my kids were starting to get old enough to start to read.
About it? I never saw it. What was terrible besides the look of that costume? Which it
just got ludicrous with a billion different clones running around. I mean,
was that Dan Slott writing, or who was doing it back then?
I don't even know. I never paid. I'm not that guy. 90s. As many things as I do, I don't pay attention, sadly, to who writes the books for the most part because I follow characters and not writers.
I get it. Dan Slott bugged the hell out of me. Except I thought his Spider-Man run was the worst one of the worst until Nick Spencer. The new run is just boring the crap out of me.
Only in the last year since I've started doing YouTube and started talking about this stuff more and more have I actually started to pay attention to some of the writers and artists and stuff now, so I can sound a little bit more intelligent.
I will say, I used to do the same thing. But after I got into like a couple like really good stories, there are writers that I follow now because like Matt Kint and James Tynion.
Oh yeah, Tynion.
Yeah.
I know the reason I know is I watched a video where he pronounced his own name. So like, yeah.
So there's like
What's up, Burrito? I don't know who Danny's fingering, but okay.
Yeah, Gary, who's fingering who? Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say there's books that I pick up now that I wouldn't have just because of the writer.
I tend to follow writers more than anything else, honestly. But then you just start to notice all their tropes. Like Jeff Lemire tells the same story every time he tells a story.
I probably have done it a little bit more with certain cover artists. Although I did pick up Wind.
What'd you think?
I chose not to read it. Instead, just. I will be honest. I picked up only the Peach Momoko 1 in 25s throughout it and had them all slabbed and didn't do anything else with it. Other than
when is good if you get past the first issue?
It was a problem probably. I opened up the first issue. I started looking at it. I said, "Oh, elves, yeah, or whatever they were," and I was done because
on Elf Quest. Then
I am not a fantasy. My geek is Star Wars and comics, but it is not fantasy. Loincloths and swords, no.
Well, if it's just make it laser swords and robes, then. And
yeah. I mean, I understand it's the same thing. Star Wars and fantasy. There really isn't any significant difference from the magic users and all this other stuff. But to me, it's the world of difference.
Well, then one probably will not try and win this copy of Die when the review drops.
5 people talking.
Nobody asked there to be logic in our geekdom. Only that we are passionate about it.
Oh no, lots of people argue logic, but yeah, it's a futile argument.
Well, when it's when they start arguing the logic with some of the story things that start to bug you a little bit, like all the hullabaloo about why the heck DC has to reset their timeline all the time. Why do people even worry about that stuff? I mean,
I don't know. Why do people get all fed up when there's a bunch of spider clones running around, Rob?
Because that story was just sucked.
Good point, Taylor. Great point.
I try.
Me, Rob. Hey, Rob, I got a music question for you because I just realized for Freeham I was actually related to somebody. You've done alternative music? Did you cover any of that when you were doing it?
Yeah, I did. Depending on what your term of alternative is.
Okay, well,
alternative is a very broad term.
You can laugh at this band, and I'll tell you my relationship to it. The Muffs.
You're talking about alt rock.
Do you know who the Muffs are?
I've heard of the Muffs. Yes.
Okay. My second wife's cousin was the lead singer, Kim Shattuck, and she also played with the Pixies for a while when they lost their bassist. And of course, I don't know if anybody knew she passed away last year.
That was all staples of college radio in the
That's all.
90s.
I was just curious. She played for the Pandoras, the Muffs. She was lead singer of the Muffs, and that's all. I was curious if you'd heard.
You just wanted to name drop. We get it.
He just wanted to throw some names out. My cousin's third brother's sister,
cousin
was the lead singer of so and so.
Well, she's dead. She's dead, Jason. Not much of a name drop. But
well, way to kill that combo then. Thanks for that, Eddie.
Well, yeah.
Killed it right off. I was just curious if you'd heard from them. That's all I heard of them.
Yeah, no, alternative is one of those words that's kind of difficult to explain because it can be just not, it can refer to anything that's not on commercial radio, or it can be specific to
indie comics,
rock, and other stuff. Yeah, so
just not pop.
Okay, so back to comic books. Sorry, back to the comic books.
Any books anybody's specking on right now that are just weird and probably won't go anywhere?
I'd say give up on Captain America 25, first appearance of Sam Wilson. As Captain
after one.
Oh, you don't think he's gonna take?
Yeah, I mean, come on. This is how you set it up for him to come around and end the series.
I know. I just want to see what everyone was going to say. Is everybody
no spoilers on it, Eddie.
I'm not
just so Eddie.
I know, but like
I
have to announce it, or you're just gonna like repeat, like vomit out the entire plot.
Because everybody watched it. That's all. I'm not going to say anything about it.
DJ, you don't want me to go into the super sexy, into the day that a man came into the room and he said, "Pay attention."
Yeah, they should have the Rob. Yeah, you guys could have the Robin Con.
Should I go to my announcer voice? I used to announce basketball games.
Do it, Sean. Show what's up.
Come on, blow him out of the water.
I'll go straight to my radio stuff. So let's go.
Oh no, I'm not trying to compete. I just have an announcer voice.
I'll even
when I'm in front of the crowd.
Put them both at the bottom, Taylor. So we can get back and forth.
I'm not even Eddie. No,
you suck at doing that. You're no fun.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what to say. That's the only thing.
Just a
pretend you're a Mexican soccer.
It up, takes the ball, he heads up midcourt. He gets to the foul line, he tosses it up. Oh, a brick off the rim.
There you go. Oh God, I'm put on the spot, and I'm failing big time. But it's just and now checking in for number 32, DJ Lynx.
There you go.
Nice. That's like
used to have to do for a while before I got into working production and engineering and for the commercial radio stations. Of course, in college you do a billion things. You do a wide selection of stuff. So I'd have to change it up, everything from doing the industrial metal shows to doing the blues and the jazz on the weekends to the couple times I even had to fill in and do the Spanish language show and have to come out and go, "You're listening to KSJT ese 95.FM Radio Aslan Escucha."
Score! Did you or goal? Just yell goal randomly. That's what I would do.
Goal! Goal!
Yeah. Well, this is taking a turn.
Oh yeah, comics.
I swear I asked about a random spec book, and that led to like talking about radio announcing. I don't know how that worked. Oh well.
I know, right?
What was DJ mentioned that he needed to have the two of us do a sexy radio voice.
Yeah.
I'm not. Listen,
because we know that DJ is all about the tea, and apparently listening to guys. Yeah.
Yeah, Rob. If you recorded like an ASMR album, I'd buy it just so I could like.
You should see me how many sitting there trying to do my takes on my try to fit a 60-second promo for these boxes I'm dropping.
Yeah, just do like unboxings without saying anything else. I mean, like 9-4.
No, you're Rob. Promote the
9-6.
boxes. Promote the
9-2.
boxes.
So the mystery box, the Let's Go Drinking mystery box, because every book is 21 years or older, is dropping on Thursday following the conclusion of Sidekicks Talk Comics on my YouTube channel. So once the show is over, we'll kick off the books. There's 10 mystery boxes. They'll be $190 shipped. They include 25, minimum of 25 books, ranging from there's silver, predominantly bronze, predominantly a lot of copper. There's a little bit of foil age in there, as we like to call it now. So 25 raw books and then one slab. Those slabs, I will tell you, 4 of them are PGX slabs, but they're all 9.9s, and
Nice.
six of them are CGC 9.8s. So every slab will either be a 9.8 or a 9.9.
Oh, you're doing 10 boxes total.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're all booby books?
Pardon?
They're all booby books?
No.
Are they all Venom?
I don't collect. No, there's not a single Venom. There is not a single issue of Venom in any of these boxes.
Well, there's
You
no
said they're
Venom,
all
I don't
21
want
and
it.
over. And that's the only thing I can
No, I
think
know
of.
that I will. That means that Sean.
Oh, you mean the comics
Soul Twice.
are that old? I get it. I'm
Yeah,
slow.
Soul Twice isn't going to like my box because of that, but it is what it is. So the books, the books are really because of the age. There's probably nothing in there that's a 9.8 candidate. I'll be honest. They're they're going to be in the very fine for the most part. Some of the more newer ones will be in the near mint minus range. You can press them and get some good stuff out of it. The worst books from a grade standpoint will only be because some of the Silver Age that have minor subscription creases. Really, the covers are brilliant and beautiful, and if it wasn't for the stupid sub crease, they're 8590 candidates, many of them, but the sub crease limit it to like a 6.5 kind of week. But
don't worry about it. They'll be
anyways,
gone soon.
Thursday.
How many total boxes? 10?
10 boxes. That's it. Yep.
Nice.
I'm not doing my stupid multiple tiers of 20. Like when I did my first round, that was the stupidest thing I ever did. Was okay, we're going to do 2 different tiers and do.
It really is a live and learn thing of making boxes. Yeah.
It takes some time.
Like I definitely switched it up how I did it this time around myself, just because.
So Rob's clone, get him a scarlet sweatshirt. Nice.
Yeah.
I actually, it's funny as much as I hate Maximum Clone because it drove me away. I did like the Scarlet Spider for the most part out of the thing. He was the only redeeming. Kane and the rest of them, no, not so much, but.
Yeah.
Well, if you need thumbnails that'll piss off Rob, then Jason, you got a couple ideas. Anything from that era Spider-Man.
Well, I have some ideas.
Yeah, sure you do. All right, Con. So, any books that you're specking on randomly?
So other than the ones that everybody's specking on,
yeah, like just random ones.
I don't know. The first issue of this one just came out. That I'm a big fan of Boom Studios, what they've been doing recently, and they just put out Proctor Valley Road.
Oh yeah,
and I was just okay on that issue, but I think it's going somewhere really good. I think I had I don't know, maybe I'm just an idiot, but at the very beginning it seemed to like bounce around, and I wasn't sure exactly what it was trying to do, but I thought that was a pretty good start. And I think Boom's a good company to spec on because of their deal with Netflix, and they have a first look deal.
Yeah,
so.
true.
Did you read it a second time?
Say again?
Did you read it a second time?
I didn't know. Should I
read
go
it
back?
a second time. It's easier to read. I was kind of the same way with the first time, and I had to read it a second time just because, like you said, it bounces around a little bit. And then at the end of it, there's a few things I didn't catch the first time around. It's a great book. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, I think for being Grant Morrison, it's pretty straightforward. Oh, did I just? Huh.
You just went away, Taylor.
Yeah, whatever.
It's okay.
It's brought to you by Edge Webcam.
The only other one I would say, which it's not like a secret or anything, but I did really like the first issue of Noctera. that just came out a couple weeks ago from Image. So I've it's funny. I started in the my collection of being all Marvel, all Spider-Man. That's like that was what I did, and now I pretty much all read indie books, Image and indie. So I still read some Marvel and some DC, but it seems most of my weekly comic allowance goes into indie.
Yeah, Noctera is pretty fun too. I got the glow in the dark variant this week.
I picked it up.
Yeah, because why not?
I need to get that one. I need to find that somewhere because that book is another one that's just great.
What's it called again? Repeat.
Gary typed it in the chat.
Okay.
And so did Comic Burrito.
Because my shop, I have to go back and have them order them once I see the book, since I don't know ahead of time. I don't look usually. So.
Yeah, Noctera is going to be an awesome book. Same. I think Proctor Valley Road is going to be fantastic.
Great. If you guys haven't watched it, you should go check out Comic Burrito's interview with Scott Snyder, because they got him talking. They talked about it before it came out, and it was a pretty cool interview. So
nice.
And then the only I'd say one other that I actually haven't read yet. It's on the way, but I'm excited for it. Is a book called Necromorphous. That was. It came out in October of last year, and you could still order it from Diamond, at least like your LCS can order from Diamond. I think all except issue number 2. But Caroline Comics recommended it to me, and it sounds amazing. So I'm getting that in. I think my LCS is getting it in this week. So
nice.
I'll order that one.
I've got a random one. It's by Fantagraphics Press. It's written and drawn by Ed Piskor, who did the history of hip hop comics, and he also did X-Men Grand Design. I don't know if you guys ever read that, but like it's a retelling. He has his own thing out that's coming out called The Red Room, which is sort of like Saw meets the internet with like a whole lot of like dark websites and torture porn and stuff, and they all go together, and it's a horror comic, and it looks fantastic.
Torture porn, that's just.
Well, it just the art looks great. Yeah, Red Room. Yeah.
Okay, so Noctera 2, I can get A and B covers for $10.99 shipped. That's not bad, right? I'm just saying, at the end, I just buy them online if I can't find them. So that's what I'm trying to find decent books to read. I'm really enjoying Scumbag. Scumbag, I think, is my favorite at the moment.
Hey, Comic Burrito, that Necromorphous is Behemoth. That's right.
Necromorphous.
And so the story is it's somebody who gains the power to they can get the memories of anybody that's died just by touching something that they've owned. But the story sounded pretty cool.
Have any of you guys read Ultra Mega yet?
Yeah, it was okay.
Issue. I liked it.
I'm not a kaiju guy, but I thought it was pretty cool.
We'll see. I'll see how the second one does. I didn't mind it. I just didn't grab it as much as like Kaiju Score did right off the bat. So
I think it's kind of cool how the guy, just some random guy gets called and says, "Hey, look, when this happens, you're just going to get this power," and it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I just dropped a link. I couldn't find Necromorphous, so as a selfish person, I dropped a link to the Red Room I was talking about.
So Necromorphous. Here, I'll let's see. Can I private chat the name of it, because it's not on the stream, but
okay.
It's Necromorphus.
Oh, I was doing PH and I kept.
Yeah.
There you go, thinking that things were spelled correctly.
So I don't know if that actually, like, when you say spec, I don't know if that actually.
Or just interesting read. Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a great investment, but I've been told it's a really good story. So
comics
or Snow Angels. Have any of you read that?
Necromorphous is the artwork.
You have to look it up, but I don't know who writes it, but it's a great book. There's only 2 issues so far.
Necromorphous is artwork, so it looks a little bit Japanese animation style. Am I seeing that? I'm just asking.
Like I said, I don't have it in yet, so it's coming in for me this week, I think. So
Electric Black is pretty decent too, yeah, and that's actually a bit of a spec because I think it was optioned at the very least. So,
Oh, I still say, Con, if you're a collector like me and you don't like to sell stuff for the most part, then no comic is a good investment because
Well,
you're never going to see.
That's
I
pretty
mean,
much it.
It's an investment for my kin, maybe.
Yeah.
well,
When
for a
you're
lot of the
dead.
new ones, I'll buy 2 copies and keep one. So
I've done that, and I still haven't sold some things that I did
It
that
can still
with.
be
and-
worth more later.
yeah. I need to be better about getting rid of books
Yeah.
that I bought.
Well,
for
I
the
have
purpose.
definitely sold stuff way too early. Like something that's killing the children. I got rid of all my backups. Like
Well,
6
you never
months
know.
ago. So
Hindsight's always 20/20. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's hard to know.
it is
right?
what it is.
When I finally broke down and sold my Iron Man Riri with the Age of Apocalypse cover that was a 9.8, and and I saw it hit 900. I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me! Some idiot's going to pay $900 for that book? Sell.
Right now, it's crazy with spec. I mean,
Oh, these
Yeah,
books are-
it's
1 week can make the difference between a $1,200 book and a $2,300 book.
everything's just going up so ridiculous.
Well,
I can't
and-
believe the amount of money that's
Look at White
flying.
Vision.
Star Wars, like any little character ever introduced ever.
Yeah.
Like there's like Star Wars Legacy 16, which is like Scar or something. It's not going to be a major character no matter what the heck happens. There was a 9.8 up I saw earlier on eBay with bids at $1,100.
Oh my god.
oh god.
Yeah, it was difficult for me to throw Star Wars books into the boxes, but you know what? It's like,
You had me at Star Wars, sir.
there's Star Wars, there's G.I. Joe, there's
Yeah,
Transformers.
Joe.
Yeah, Joes are going nuts right now too.
I know.
Yeah.
I will tell you that in the mystery box there is a first appearance of Lady J is in the mystery box.
Wow, crappy cover on that book, but
Yeah.
it's worth a lot of money.
I forgot. I never mentioned there is a GP as well on the when it drops.
You ra-
It'll be
raffle
Captain.
route?
Yeah, it'll be every box is going to be one slot on the wheel. So
Gotcha.
and we'll spin a wheel, and it'll be the 1977 Captain Marvel issue 50 first appearance of Dr. Minerva in a 9.8.
Nice.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I don't know
there's
who
only
first-
36 on census. So
I don't know who first started doing the raffle version or the random version of the grand prize, but I like it because that way,
Yeah.
like,
it brings people back together rather than just having it slipped. And I think maybe that it gets done versus like the last one I did, I slipped them into the mystery
The
box.
backing boards.
And
They're
now
not-
at least, well, right. So there was the problem, right? One of them in the $65 box, I had just written on a backing board and threw it into one of the things. Said, hey, when you get this, you send it to me and send me a picture with you holding this board, and I'll send it to you. Well, people didn't pay attention, and I contacted every single person, and they all threw out the backing boards and didn't know. So we ended up doing a wheel spin after I gave everybody a week to potentially produce it. We put everybody's name in there and spun the wheel to get the prize to at least one of them. But
I'm surprised no one got a backing board and did it and said, "Yeah, I got it."
I would have recognized my writing.
Yeah,
and
let's say his handwriting. I bet.
And they probably didn't know my personal email address that I had written on there. So
That would have been me though. I'd have been the one to throw it away for sure.
I did the same thing.
fucking backing boards.
I emptied the boxes. I think somebody might have even emptied out and not even seen the Hot Wheels once. I had to go back and tell them, "Did you check for it?" Because it fell out. They didn't even notice it.
I didn't see the stickers that you put in the box, Eddie. The sheet of or the cards you put in when I got yours.
It should have been. Well, it was there, right? Oh, that's right.
It was
You
there, but I didn't.
you pulled the slide all out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I still haven't opened my cards yet.
Ooh.
I got to open up mine too. I haven't opened mine.
Would you?
I've got a whole stack of those things.
Don't we know everything today? You don't want to open anything.
Should I eat out
If
of?
if it's closed, it could have.
Well, you have to weigh don't you have to weigh the packs so you know that the foil ones are a little bit more or whatever?
They do that. No. It's,
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I know they do that.
I bet it did, Hunter.
no, the people actually go this bad at the 99 cent only or whatever, or Dollar Tree. They get a dispenser of Pokemon, and they're 99 cents for 3 cards in a package. And I was watching. I was just telling this guy I was talking about them, and people go in and we'll weigh them. The cards, the full art cards, are 0.03 grams above the other packs.
Yeah.
The people go in and weigh all 300. It comes in 300 packs of them in one box. They go through and weigh them all just to get that one card. I'm like,
Eddie's like people, meaning him.
No, never done it. I'm officially out of Pokemon. All my entire collection I was selling off card for card, like I tried to make money on, is now up on Facebook, whatever, for like $200 less than I paid for them all. And
I
I'm
had kids, and I barely even know what a
get all of
Pokemon is. So
I don't know what it is either. I totally missed it. I did Magic the Gathering. We did from the day Magic the Gathering came out. I played it all the way up. We didn't even pay attention to Pokemon. So
Well, just wait till NFT comics start coming out.
I'm with you there. I did back in the day when I was in college radio. So, what early '90s, we were 91. We did Magic the Gathering in between sets and stuff while songs were playing. And I did the other day at work, somebody was playing something. I brought my deck in from home to sit down and play with them, and it was the worst game ever. As I'm playing with cards that predate these kids that
you can't play anymore.
They haven't been alive. They weren't alive as long as those cards were. They don't know what any of them were, and I of course haven't played since '95 and have no idea what any of their cards were.
Actually, DJ, I made a video on that. They shipped me 37 of those cards. I got them yesterday, so I have all 36 actual physical cards out of the packs I bought. So
the e-pack,
yeah, the e-pack. It's a company called COMC that Upper Deck uses. You basically just mark on them. If you want, you can add the hard stacks to them so that holds onto the cards. And took them 2 weeks to get me 37. I saw more online, but I'm trading those. They're the more expensive master.
See, you're in the digital world space, Eddie. You should start doing.
Those are physical
tokens.
Those
Next
are
thing you know, he'll be.
Oh no, the masterpiece cards are those thick ones. I mean, they are really. I've got a signed Palumbo card now. I traded with somebody. Yeah, that's my masterpiece set. I finished. That's it right there. I finished all the beginning silvers and the beginning golds, and I'm working on the what ifs.
Yeah, DJ, you've created a monster. Thank you, sir.
Hey, DJ, he's all about the JPEGing.
Yeah. Are crypto trading cards a thing yet? Because they will be.
That'd be interesting. I'd probably buy a few.
Trading cards is another dangerous rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I thought about the masterpieces, but when I thought about it, they were like $350 a box. I'm like, nah.
No, when they first come out, Upper Deck, I think they were $199 a box, and that's 36 cards. But you're guaranteed a sketch or something good. So, and I've got a printing plate. That card you just held up, that arcade. Yeah, I've got the printing. I've got the black printing plate for that one. It's a 1-of-1.
I got the printing plate for the Sentinels that I sold for $400.
Yeah,
I paid for the box.
Well, the arcade one's only worth about $200. It's just with the lower level ones. I got a question for my next mystery box. Would people be? I'm gonna hold it up to the camera if you guys can see them. People be interested in actual gold backs in their boxes. So it's 1/1000th of a 1/1000th of a troy ounce of gold.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, they're not expensive. I buy one for each box, and then maybe buy one of the bigger ones, which that's a little more of a gold, but it's actually plated gold on a little sheet. So you don't have to buy you can't afford the big stuff. But my friend got these for my birthday. We were down south at a golden coin shop yesterday, and he bought me a few of these for my birthday, and I thought they were cool. So that's all. I'm thinking about putting a little more fun stuff in there since I'm running out of Hot Wheels. But I don't have $100 to throw in like Jason, so.
$100 bill is something everyone will love.
Yeah,
I'm going to continue that probably on my next one.
That's kind of.
I might even put like a runner-up prize, like a 50 or something.
I'm just waiting until all 12 of the boxes I get, where people get nothing but Venom and love it.
Actually, what's funny is I was thinking about I got enough. I was thinking about doing two boxes of just 100% Venom for those people after I get done with these that are going to be sad because there's no Venom in these boxes. Say, all right, great. I got 2 boxes, nothing but Venom.
I say in the very end of it, you actually put down,
and it won't all be this
real box and get activated for the real box. I still think that was a good idea. Give them all Venom and then say, hey, your real box is on the way. Just ignore this one. It was for fun.
All right. So here's a question for the crowd. Do you guys think Funko Pops are the next Beanie Babies, or are they the next Beanie Babies?
If they were the next Beanie Babies, they would have already gone. We would already be done with them by now. That's the thing. I mean, what is there still a long? I think
the original first few years ones, the mass-produced ones now that they keep on I watched the guy open them, and I probably own 30. I mean, but they're mainly like Kiss. They're like killer clowns from outer space. They're not your ones that are ever going to be worth anything. But
Well, it depends if they start doing them in some kind of limited production on them and actually pull them off, then those are the ones, or some of these chase ones, sure. But
I do have a friend who does Hot Wheels, but him and his family, he probably has about $100,000 worth of Funko Pops because every year at Comikon in 08, right, they have a dinner. Funko has a dinner for the last 10 years. So he's been going and getting the specialty dinner, one of 100s and those type of things.
yeah.
And now, since he's been doing that, he knows the people at Funko, so they invite him to all that stuff. So he gets, I'm amazed. I don't even want to know what his collection's worth, but he tells me, I just picked up this one. It's one. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care.
Yeah, but I mean, like some Beanie Babies are still worth money too. But
because there's still collectors for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
here's the thing: if people are willing to buy them and still like them like they do, I mean, they're huge right now.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
the thing
they're going to be huge. Look, people are buying virtual cards for God's sakes.
The thing that Funko has going for them is the fact that while they are a collectible unto itself, one tier. Secondarily, because they're so tied to pop culture, they're tied into all the other subsequent collector markets. So Jason, the Batman fan, he could care less. He could care less all about every other Funko ever produced, but only care about that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Taylor.
Oh, they have licensing agreements all over the place, so that's what's saving them. But
my entire Funko collection that is off camera is strictly Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't have my wife has some Maleficents, but aside from that, that's all we have, right? I don't do Spider-Man and all the other stuff. If Funko goes away, I don't care. My stuff is still valuable to a Nightmare Before Christmas collector, type of thing. So
on that one, Rob, if you're really into Nightmare Before Christmas, we walked into a Walmart the other day, and I don't care about them. You know what a fig pin is?
No.
Those pins, they're near the Funkos at Walmart, but they have a Nightmare Before Christmas pack. That's 4 different ones in its own display and everything. That actually the artwork is really beautiful on it.
Well, Nightmare Before Christmas is a rabbit hole that if you went into because Disney owns them, they have not acknowledged it for the longest time, but milked it like a cow that will never stop needing to be milked for so long that there's so much collectibles. I really am very focused on what I've really only have the Funkos, and then I had for a while before I got back into comic books, I was collecting original movie posters from around the world for Nightmare Before Christmas. So I have Italian and French and all these different things. Very expensive hobby, especially as they get older. But everything else I have that's tchotchke stuff, that stuff that people give me. It's better to stay focused.
Yeah, I think I own like 5 Funkos. They're actually at my office, and they're just like little Spider-Mans that I don't collect Funkos, but I just have like little things that are just kind of cool
about
looking.
The Office Pops I have.
My wife got me a Mandalorian that's this big. It's still sitting in the box out in the garage. I don't know what the hell to do with it.
I have 2. I've got the one. I have Howard the Duck from Jason. Thank you, which has not led me down a rabbit hole yet. And then I have a stormtrooper, like a Japanese variant stormtrooper. I found it like a Tuesday morning for like $4. I was like,
I have Natasha and Boris and Fearless Leader for Rocky Bullwinkle that I had at my desk at work, and then somebody got me.
Do you have a Pepe Le Pew? You can
no, I don't. then I have some barbecue pig one for my barbecue.
Yeah, I did like all the horror ones. Found the Eddie from Iron Maiden. I did the Dungeons and Dragons ones. I got into a little from D&D. They just brought back. You've got some of the characters from Baldur's Gate and that kind of stuff. Those are.
I got Batman and I got my music pops. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I did like the Run DMC pops. I know DJ gave some away.
It took great care
not to buy those.
It took a lot of.
My LCS has them right by the register. I'm like, those are so freaking cool.
I like the one that Jason's probably going to get. The biggie is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Or they're on DMC. Yeah, they're both.
They have a Walmart.
All of them too.
Walmart's got like a hardbound display with AC/DC, the Black Album, and it's got Angus in black and white with the black behind it. I keep on staring at it, going, "It's like $30." I'm like, I just like AC/DC. I'm like, I can't do it. No,
just buy it, Eddie.
See, that's why pops aren't going away, because they keep doing stuff like that. Even us
non-collectors
buy.
Nostalgia too. It's not just a pop.
It makes
a piece of nostalgia and a piece of your past.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why Mattel is re-releasing He-Man. I get it. It's just
and Ninja Turtles and all these other toys that I'm buying.
What is? Oh Jesus!
Gelatinous cube.
You never played Dungeons and Dragons, did you?
No.
All right, that's actually a pretty cool one.
It actually, I bought it for fun to put on my desk at work, and now it's worth like $80. I don't know why.
Yeah, but
the gelatinous cube.
And Eddie, you should watch my review dropping Tuesday of Die Volume 1.
I will. I'm going to
It's
be
pretty heavily D&D oriented.
Boogie cereal.
Oh,
Nice. Oh God.
How many times have you been to the haunted house at Disneyland, Rob?
when it only once when it was
Nice.
set up for Night Before Christmas. So the I don't go down to Disneyland very much.
Just say, because the Nightmare Before Christmas thing was pretty sweet when they had that for the haunted house.
Yeah.
During Christmas time, it's great. We used to.
What's up, Joe? What's up, Chip? How y'all doing?
Disney
Chip, by the way, I thought your video was hilarious. Great information, but yes, always feel free to make fun of me for wrecking Doctor Strange. That was it's a worthwhile endeavor on your part.
We make the I make the cross joke every time I take books out half the time.
Yeah. Well, Chip has an informative video about alternative ways to tape your bags and boards, but he used me as the example.
Let's see, Rob, you're pretty far away from Disneyland anyway. I was unlucky enough to have a
Not that far.
1-year-old and be 10 minutes away from the park, and a father-in-law that would give us tickets. Buy us
I do have several amusement park theme parks around me up here in the Bay Area, but it's not that far I can't get down to get down to Disneyland. Heck, yesterday I drove down past Six Flags and back in one day because we were picking up a new dog from a rescue that was down in Acton, California. So 800 miles round trip. That's why yesterday I was quiet.
The problem with amusement parks is everybody else at the park.
Yes, that is it. And
if they're empty, it'd be fantastic. But,
Disney tends to be full. I will tell you that my experience, if you want to go to Disneyland and you're like Taylor and I and don't like people, then the opportune time is typically immediately following Halloween, but before Thanksgiving. They're in a transition from all the Halloween stuff to the Christmas stuff. Christmas and Thanksgiving parade hasn't started yet. And in that 2 weeks, very few people are going during that time because they either just went for Halloween or they're waiting to go down for the Christmas, Thanksgiving stuff.
Yeah.
I went there on a Saturday. We could walk arms like this, not touch anybody. We went to Space Mountain and waited 3 minutes to ride the very front car, all that type of stuff. Now, this was a couple of years ago, but I imagine it has changed. Well, right now it's really sparse, but I mean, you can't get in.
Yeah. So you're saying it's rigged, DJ, is what's going on in 2019.
I've been lucky. My cousin was a West Point, so they had the Army Navy game in California, and my uncle and everyone came out, and they closed it down just for the Army and Navy. So we got to go. And that's the quietest I've ever seen the place.
That's definitely better. I mean, I've been at the worst and the best, right? So the best was that time I watched during that time window. The worst was the other. The last time we went there, we went down for Christmas.
Not a one, Tizzy.
So we went down. We went down the day.
Have those books.
We went down the day after Christmas, and I got 2 sets so you can have a set. I went down the day after Christmas. They had been raining and pouring. The sun came out for the first time. They hit capacity on the park, and they actually shut the gates and turned away season pass holders and everybody who was trying to come in because the park was at capacity, and that was just atrocious.
I think the capacity right now is 55,000. It used to be, but I mean that's the thing. My daughter lived. She had been 1-year-old till 13 years old before we moved to Vegas. I mean her grandpa bought her passes and us passes every year. So you'd park, free parking, go in the park for 2 hours, you leave, come back an hour later. It was weird. You could go in and out. It was I don't know.
But they didn't have comic books, so F them.
Okay, we're out into comic books. Go ahead.
I thought I'd steer it back. That was very subtle.
I thought you could get a very limited edition Galaxy's Edge from Disney that's now a $15,000 comic.
Maybe I could get a Captain EO
There's a lot of collectible from Ed and Galaxy's Edge that I'd love to get just for fun.
Well, the Galaxy's Edge #1, the Disney Park edition, it's a $15,000 comic. So
I got the Six Flags Batman Beyond. Does that?
I've been on
back
that.
to Pops for a second. I will say that there's one good thing that I like about Pops is there's a channel on YouTube. He doesn't have many subscribers. It's Waste of Space Entertainment, and he opens a lot of Funko Pops. And he is like, if you like sarcastic humor, it's the funniest damn thing I've ever seen. And he says he's always high when he's opening the boxes too. It's hilarious. So if anybody
anti-franchise kicks, right?
What now?
The anti-franchise kicks.
Yes, yeah.
I don't watch him anymore, thank God.
Waste of Space Entertainment. Check it out.
nice.
Look at that one.
My wife says that about me, but you know.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Been there, seen that, heard that.
I mean, everything we do is kind of a waste of space.
Until the day they plant me in the ground, then I'll be food for something. Then I'll be at least useful.
Unless they cremate you, Rob, or they
the cheap
That
route.
is true.
or they formaldehyde you and put you in a coffin. In which case, you're still a waste of space.
Not
You have to
like,
actually you got to be putting one of those earth bags and dirty hippie yourself in the grave.
my wife is an environmentalist. So.
Well, there you go.
That's what my wife wants. She wants to be buried under a tree.
Why not? I mean,
I want to be mummified and put in my recliner and kept in the living room.
taxidermied. Yeah.
Watch
I told Jesse to stop me up by my
watching
computer and
reruns
put
of
my hand on
MASH.
the mouth, so it looks like I'm doing something all day long when I die.
Nice. Oh, sorry, just thinking out loud. I gotta remember to bug your neighbor, Jason. I gotta figure out what the heck she wants me to paint. She's the last. She and that Spider-Man booth are the last two to like tell me what they want me to make for art.
Well, just do theirs last, Taylor.
Well, here's the thing. In order for me to actually get everything done in 2 weeks, it's like a rotating system. Like I don't start one, finish one, and go on and make 12 different pieces. I have 12 pieces that are going to be works in progress, or it's going to take me months. So,
Jeez.
Gotcha.
yeah.
Never could figure out spending money on old cars and comics. That's that you're guaranteed to be poor the rest of your life.
I don't know.
I think DJ's channeling a 1940s comedian.
There.
Take my wife. No, please take her.
Yeah.
I tell you, no respect.
Yeah.
My wife, I swear.
Okay, now Jesus got to get in here and do the voices. He says that he's got a video camera. Right?
I don't think he has you gotta get the Rodney suit and tie on first.
Yeah.
The funny thing
I
is,
gotta do that. Hold on, to do Rodney right, I gotta have the hey, I tell you.
yeah.
Constantly wiping your forehead.
Can you do a rare triple Lundy?
That was
Only if I go back to school.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
No.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
Have you rewatched it lately? It doesn't hold up too well.
There's a lot of movies that don't hold up too well nowadays.
It's no Caddyshack. Let me just put it that way. Caddyshack holds up, but
no, no Caddyshack 2. Oh wait, no, that was terrible.
yeah.
Caddyshack 2 was terrible. 1 was great. I gotta find Top Secret and watch it again. I haven't watched that movie in 20 years. Will it hold up or not?
Probably because it's that kind of dumb visual humor. It's the
It hold up because here's what happens, Eddie. At our age, we're just starting to hit that age where we only watch the same movies over and over and over again and no longer care to watch the new ones because that's new dialogue we'd have to learn. We can't hear, and so we can just watch what's on the screen. We already know the words and can just watch them over and over again.
It's true because like last year, I mean, with Vudu, we used to buy movies every week if we liked it, and now I haven't bought a new movie or rented a movie in months. There's nothing to watch.
Have you watched the Snyder Cut yet, Eddie?
I am over halfway through it. I'm making my way through it in pieces. My wife has had me on a Game of Thrones I don't mind it, but still.
You're not that far into it then.
No, it's gotten to the part where I'm tired. We got to the part where we're season 6.
Spoilers, dude. Wait.
Everybody dies. That's the whole thing.
Stop watching.
Yeah.
to life. Except for him coming back to life.
Just don't watch the last season, to just use your imagination.
All you have to know is that everybody dies and everybody fucks everybody.
Yeah. It's just freaking hilarious. I'm like, they found this the one wildling that was taking care of the Lois Stark. She comes in just for that one episode, just to kill her off. They hadn't shown those people in 8 episodes. They brought them in, and then 2 seconds later, she's dead. I'm going, okay.
That's right. There are characters that come in that are supposed to be important that you just never see for seasons at a time. Like it's just
still the best visual ever. And you guys probably remember this part when they first saw the undead army. That one girl I thought was going to be the wildling girl, who was a good fighter, one of the clan leaders, turns around after killing a bunch, and there's 5 dead children staring at her. I'm going, damn. She's got eaten alive. It was freaking hilarious. Creeped me out a little bit. Okay, I'll be quiet now.
Have you gotten to the Hodor issue episode yet?
Oh yeah, that's what I just finished. That was the issue. That's what I was doing. Hold the door, Hodor. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Hold the door. Hold the door. Oh god, that was. I almost went really. That's what killed me on that one. I went.
He almost went really, but he didn't.
I wish.
I have not actually even watched a single episode of Game of Thrones.
I never wanted to either, but it's
good
not
for you, sir. Good for
Honestly, it starts off really strong, and that first couple
really
seasons
does.
are really strong, but then
I'd say the first 4 are all like just some of the best, especially best like fantasy type TV you'll see.
Tyrion does it for me. Every time I watch him beating somebody up with his words, I just go, yes. That's it. Other than that, couldn't give a shit.
You could once the show gets past the books, is when it runs into real problems.
When do they get past the books? I was curious. I never.
You're there now.
Yeah. It basically the first season is almost to a T the books. Second season there's like one storyline that kind of deviates, and then 3 and 4 there's a few more, and then after that it's just
there were 3 fucking storylines. I'm like, I really don't care. You got 20 different people going 20 different directions.
That's the books.
That's the books.
Oh god.
But the whole Dorne storyline in the show is ridiculously stupid. Yeah. Well, that part's not bad.
That was kind of fun. Okay, I got a question about that. The big guy he beat up right there. The big guy who now is the dumb guy. That was Mountain. That was Dog's brother, right?
That was yes. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure, because I never saw that whole connection. Because when they showed Mountain, when they first with the beard and he was sitting there, it didn't look like the same. Okay, sorry.
They changed the actor between season 1 and 2, I think.
There's like 3 different Mountains.
Yeah, and then they changed it again. But yeah.
Best character, Tyrion's best friend, that one guy. I'm sorry, he's fucking hilarious. I forgot his name. The hired sword.
Bronn.
Bronn is probably
you are Bronn, Eddie.
Pretty much
the old cranky dude. Like that's why that's all Bronn is. He's like, get off my lawn. The character.
So I didn't read the full article. Just to bring it back to comics for
comics a little bit.
Yeah, I thought I'm trying to help you out here, Taylor.
Yeah.
I saw a headline. I hadn't had a chance to read it yet, so bear with me because headlines these days.
So it could be all wrong.
Yeah. What's this? DC is raising prices to $6.99 a book for Batman.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, that ends that fine.
So
really?
Yeah, it was something about the new solicitations for the previews was saying that now the new Batman books are going to be $6.99.
Well, they're probably going to do it with Justice League too. They're probably just going to double up on stories, like make them like two stories.
Well, they moved it up from 32 pages of content, but 32 pages book is 20 pages of content. I guess they moved it up to 22 pages of content.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, watch out. And then maybe potentially some 8 pages of backfill or something. But I mean, jumping from $3.99 to $6.99, that's double the price practically. Not quite, but I expect double the content.
Yeah, this should be double-sided.
That means
sorry, I'm just doing the chat because I think almost everyone here watched it. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I watched it last night. Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah,
I thought it was a good start.
It was.
Yeah.
I think the problem is like the WandaVision was pretty innovative and had like interesting storytelling that was different than Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
And now we're right back to like Marvel Cinematic Universe storytelling. Not that it's bad, it's just kind of like
very different,
very straightforward, very like okay.
And after having watched the other, and suddenly going right into this, it is a little jarring.
Yeah, you kind of expect something weird.
Oh, I mean, the effects were great, and the opening sequence with the Falcon was awesome. It looked like a movie, but
that's what I said on Friday. All the money on the special effects, and it looked just like you're watching the movie, which is great. I don't mind, but I thought we'd get a little more into the two of them. But I mean,
we're getting there, Eddie. It's
I'm sure we will. And I'm
we'll have 6 episodes, so
I'm really curious to see where they're going. They spend so much time on this, talking about this fishing boat in the first episode. That better go somewhere. If that was just a space filler for episode 1, and for us to get to the point to say, well, how do these guys pay for themselves?
It's all Namor. It's a Namor spec.
In that case, I'm sitting pretty.
I will say though, I don't think you could expect anything other than straightforward from Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's not those characters were very deep in the movie.
They're very grounded.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping it's a spy story, and that's
sure
because I think one of the better MCU movies was Captain the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
that's more of a spy thriller than a superhero movie.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, and you're gonna get it's Baron Zemo in the posters. So
so I
know the character.
I'm optimistic. It's just they need to do a little bit more like story, other than just like why everybody's sad. That's like.
I will say the one thing I do like so far from these shows that they've done both very well together is try to bring up some of these ramifications of the way the blip was undone because Tony was selfish for himself and for his daughter, that has ramifications for everybody else. And this notion of like, well, where's your paychecks for the last 5 years? Well, I didn't flipping exist. Okay. Yeah. Some of those things. I mean, because I remember thinking to myself, oh, he goes to his house and 5 years later, his daughter just happens to be living in the house by herself. What was going on? That just seemed kind of odd. Or what about other people moved into their house and all of a sudden people pop up into existence in your home? You moved into a vacant home and
they come back. They should. Yeah.
What I want to know is if there were pilots in the air that got blipped when they came back, did they just fall out of the sky? Like what?
Ground.
Probably, yeah.
In the plane.
What's up, Ramon? How you doing?
Autopilot.
Yeah, never could.
Nobody's flying the plane today anyways. They're all on autopilot. It just ran out of fuel eventually and dove into the ocean because
that's what happened to the plane during the blip. But then 5 years later, when the pilot comes back, he gets blipped back into the middle of the air
in space.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Can't think about those things too much.
Also, why do people blip back with their clothes?
Yeah, what happens to a diver underwater?
A bunch of naked pilots falling out of the sky.
There was always also the whole thing of the cell phone working after 5 years. So he just kept it activated and paid for the whole time. What?
Well, yeah, that old man. The guilt thing with the old man is kind of interesting. We'll see if he ever actually reveals that he killed the son.
That's the whole point of what he's doing. Forget it. You told me not to give away any spoilers. We just gave about 10 away.
Everybody's watching now. We're all screwed. It's like there's only 12 people. I gave up. So
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, sorry, dude.
It's okay. I've heard so many people talk about this show by now. I've heard so many different opinions. I'm going to be so opinionated when I first watch it based on listening to everyone else talk about it. I'm not sure I want to watch it yet. So
it's pretty good. I mean, it's not bad. It's not great. It's good. I mean,
I still got to watch the Snyder Cut at least 6 or 7 more times.
There you go.
God, if the soundtrack to the Snyder Cut 2 hours later, I'm going. I want to just.
That's a lot of hours watching the same thing over and over again.
4 times.
You've already watched it 4 times?
Oh, God.
Wow.
I still say DC's got to just redo and start from the end of the Snyder Cut.
All right, has everybody in here watched the Snyder Cut?
I did, only because we're supposed to talk about it on Thursday during our show, and now that the fact that I forced myself to watch the original first, and then
why?
because I wanted a recent frame of reference. I didn't want to remember something from 2+ years ago.
Did you really remember the first one?
Barely.
I don't
But-
remember
Exactly.
So I watched it, and then I watched the new one within 24 hours of one another. And now you're making me think I have to at least watch this thing a second time because
What I remember the first one was the big fight with some guy who knows what he was, and that stupid town and those people running from it.
all you ever need to know really is here's I'm going to spoil every superhero movie ever. Okay, somebody has powers. Somebody wants to do damage to people he loves or respects or take over the world. He comes up, overcomes a lot of adversity, almost loses, but in the end manages to pull off a miracle, and everybody lives happily ever after. Except for some of the people who got caught up in the
So
cloud.
far, the Snyder Cut. I like it.
By the
Very,
way, the Martian Manhunter scene in the middle of the movie did not need to be there. There's no point to that.
It
Or-
really made it very bizarre when
Hunter?
his mother showed back up at the farm.
It was like, what?
It's like wait a second, how did at least in the Whedon cut?
Can't hear a word he's saying. So
Okay,
He hasn't finished the movie.
I haven't.
I don't know.
Oh, I got to spoil something for Eddie finally. Sweet.
Yeah, well, it changed a lot of things to me.
And Ben Affleck's the worst Batman ever.
Anyways, I don't want to really
disagree with
engage in
that.
it too much.
I
I
disagree
don't want
too.
to. I don't want to spoil Thursday.
You pissed off Jason.
Batfleck he's gone up in the rankings after this cut.
Although
I think-
I
yeah.
think
I think he plays a great.
Taylor and I are probably more aligned than Jason and I will be.
I think Affleck plays a great old Batman.
It's a movie.
I think Affleck plays a great older Batman, and I think he plays the best Bruce Wayne that we've ever seen.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
For especially if you want to say for the reality that little pieces that we've seen, an older guy who has gone through just hell and war and just carried that on his back without any other else that had so much loss that completely destroyed his entire personal life and became obsessed by it. Absolutely, without a doubt.
Before watching the Snyder Cut, my impression of him was that part about him and Superman moms had the same fucking name, and that somehow made something to do with something. And who gave two shits? They pulled it for me.
That was the worst. The why did you say that name? That
whole thing just made me go, Batfleck, who gives two?
Yeah, but that wasn't the Snyder Cut or the Joss Whedon cut. That was yes.
That was Batman v Superman.
Yeah, you're talking apples to oranges now.
I like to say apples to pomegranates.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
an actor
They're
would
even more different.
a good idea on paper to do.
Yeah, I liked the Snyder Cut a lot better than I thought I would, but I'm not on that camp where like, oh, he should be in charge of the DCU from here on out and have his chance to do the rest of his vision because first of all, the dude still needs a goddamn editor because that movie could have been 2.5 hours of tight storytelling. I've been fine.
Well,
But-
here's the thing, Taylor. He knew that he's not going to get a chance.
Yeah,
to
I know. So
probably
he's like
make
throwing
another
everything in
movie.
there and
Yeah.
choir
So
sound,
he gave us what we asked for.
8-minute panoramic intro shots, and yeah.
But it's just in my opinion, I think the storylines are more interesting than anything they've done yet in all these other versions.
Let me ask you a
Yeah,
question.
it's not
If
bad.
I tell
It's
you
just
any
like,
story in 2 hours, and then I tell you the same story in 4 hours, do you think I'm going to have more time to cover some more detail?
Yeah,
No,
you'll
you
have about an
talk
extra
more
2 hours.
slowly.
So
Not if you're
am I
Snyder.
shocked or
If you're
surprised?
Snyder, you
or
just talk
think-
more slowly.
Right, but see, even if I only give you 50% more content, it's still the point is anybody who sits there and says, "Oh, so much better," because look, these stories make so much more sense. They had so much more time to develop this stuff. Well, it's apples to pomegranates.
Well, the Justice League is a whole different movie. I mean, he just
Well,
ignored half of what Snyder had and then just switched it to a jokey, weird thing and weirdly like.
so I'm done with my Grail list for this year.
There you go. Yeah.
I need to pick up new Grails. I need to figure out something else to do.
First appearance of Martian Manhunter. It's a spec book.
Yeah, I
Right.
know.
He really
The
shot this movie. He does.
I bought a couple
I don't see that
for the
character.
very first time torpedo mystery boxes.
Oh, you did?
I look forward to watching you suffer on camera, Jason.
Yeah, you actually did.
I did.
Have you opened them yet?
No, I just ordered them today.
Yeah, we were talking about
I
it.
was going to order a couple the other day too, but they sold out. But
one of the channels you recommended on your Grow Together, Jason, I already subbed to him, but I just don't watch it. No offense, like I'm subbed to like 300 people, and like if I don't interact with them regularly, they just kind of get shuffled down the line. And this guy opened a torpedo box, and it was actually not bad. He didn't win anything, but he actually had a decent bronze hit in the thing. And
well, that's what Jason and I were talking about, and Jason was talking about trying to do this. Was he was saying that we've all heard the negativity, but we've heard rumors that potentially they've gotten better, and so, like a true reporter or investigator or YouTuber, he has chosen to try for himself before he forms an opinion. And I applaud that, sir.
What's the price on the one, Jason? I mean, one of these days.
They're $25 boxes. There's only 75 boxes, and the GP is Usagi Yojimbo #1, and I love that guy.
Yeah.
So,
okay,
it's a good spec book.
Yeah.
I'll be in Vegas in 2 weeks. I might go by their shop and pick. They have some of their mystery boxes out on the shelves sometimes. I might pick one up. I love their shop. I love the look of their shop. I won't buy much, but I mean, it's a really nice shop. So
I picked up 3 sub 100 Amazing Spider-Mans yesterday.
Nice.
Which ones?
49, 72, and 76. They were.
You bought a torpedo, haven't you, Taylor?
That was one of the very first mystery boxes I ever did. And that's the only time I bought and they were garbage. And then I bought 2 Black Friday like $10 pulls where you had a chance to like thing, and those are fine. They were both $6 books, but I'm not as salty when I'm only spending $10 on them or whatever. So
yeah, 25 might be. I mean, I thought about giving Boxed Heroes a chance again, but watching the boxes are nice. Plus, I could use the Mylar. I mean,
that's an expensive way to buy Mylar. You can buy it cheaper direct.
Yeah, but some of the books I get, I do actually are variants of books I'll never see. Even if they're newer stuff, if my shop doesn't get them, like the Gwenom versus Carnage variant I got in that last box of theirs, I loved it. I mean, because I couldn't get it in my shop, and instead of buying online, I just got it, so I didn't mind.
Yeah, the one I need to maybe pick up another Comic Vantage box again. It's been a while for them. They're pretty decent, but.
What about the Comic Tom? We talked about this the other day with the
that all is going to depend upon if he has a monthly like exclusive that I like, and there's nothing that's coming out that I see that really excites me right now.
When you dropping your box, Rob? You said Thursday.
What's that?
Thursday.
You said you're dropping your box Thursday.
My box will go on sale on Thursday right after our show.
Nice.
So at the end of our show, when I do my sign off, I will announce that it is open, and then I will post it on Instagram as well. And I will be releasing probably tomorrow on Instagram a teaser with some snapshots of some of the various books that are in there.
Does it have Kirkham Venom?
I told you there's no Venom.
Well, technically, this isn't really Venom. This is Virus and Codex and the Scorpion.
There's no Venom-esque related books. The closest that comes is there are some Spider-Man books.
How much, Rob? That's the
190 shipped. 20 to recap for those viewers who have just joined us. It'll be 190 shipped, 25 raw books, and 1 slab. Minimum grade on the slabs is a 9.8. And then an entry into the GP for a 9.8 Captain Marvel from 1977.
Nice.
That's a good week. Never could.
Yeah. I'll say, Jason, how's your CGC ones coming back? Are they looking?
Have they been? When are they being? Better question, Jason. When are your books going to be received by CGC?
Yeah, that's the best question yet. Rob.
Have you received them?
No,
I've got stuff that's been there 4 weeks, hasn't been received by them yet.
Oh.
Usually,
I'll race you.
I'm shipping it in November. It just got shown as received like a couple weeks ago.
Wow. I'll race you, Jason. I am shipping boxes to Titan Comics tomorrow. Have him press and clean them, and then send them to CBCS. So we'll see what happens.
I have 9 books at CBCS waiting for signature verification. So
I got 20 books at CBCS right now that just went into pressing They've been in-house for about a month. So it took them about 30 days to get from received and bill me to going into pressing. So that'll probably take another
I'm
60 days or so before they go to grading.
I'm on the
Yes,
fence.
yeah.
At least.
Once I get a job and start sending stuff back in, I'm on the fence. I think I want to do some CBSC, but I've got my account with CGC. So I'm kind of
But here's the thing. See, so I have the account with CGC and I don't have an account with CBCS. You don't need one with CBCS. The price for CBCS is basically, if for a modern book, is the same as if you're paying the $150 membership with your 10% discount, because CGC charges more for the book from the grading aspect. So it's basically the same cost. Where the differences lies is when you start getting into some of the other things that they can potentially do.
Gotcha.
I have an account with both because I thought about dropping my CGC because I for my personal collection I'm fine with CBCS. I think their cases are nicer actually, but I figured CGC, if I only send 10 books in, I that makes the membership worthwhile, and CBCS same way. Like once I did the math, once I sent in something like 15, 20 books, it paid for itself. So I just have it with both now.
It's definitely worth it.
I'm just using Titan's membership, and he's gonna filter it all through me. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, yeah, it should be about 8 books is all. You get 150. If you pay 150, you get 150 grading. If you're sending just modern books, 8 books is basically your break even point for getting your 150 back. So it's pretty clear there. But I mean, like last year, I didn't pay for membership at either, because last year I was doing my great PGX experiment, and $13 a book to send in there. So it was a lot cheaper, but
yeah.
Well, guys, I gotta be up at 5 in the morning. So
oh boy, yeah, I gotta.
Yeah, I'm as well.
There we go. That's the awkward. Everybody, get off my lawn, everybody.
Get off my lawn. Thanks for having me,
Taylor.
fellas.
You turned the sprinklers on?
Yeah. Well, you did step in dog crap, so.
Well, that's possible now with the new dog running around.
Thanks for watching, audience. Appreciate it. Con, thanks for being a special guest. Got any parting words for the audience?
No, just thanks for having me on, and this is the first live show I've ever been a part of. So
you're welcome anytime. We just
pop my cherry.
It's a hangout. Yeah. All right, Rob, you're next, because why not?
Sure. Thursday, we've got Sidekicks Talk Comics, Slotted Up, and I, and of course then the mystery box.
Nice.
Rob.
Jason, what do you got?
Likewise, what Rob says, and I'm shooting for 500 subscribers, and I'm going to do a pretty nice giveaway when I get there. So.
You should really give it away at 503.
Okay.
I'm just saying. It seems more fitting.
We'll make it a crappy prize.
Yeah.
Because it's
great idea.
Yeah. What do you got, Eddie?
350. I'm still about 70 people away, maybe 75 even. So
you got anything coming up video wise?
Coming up next week to be on my channel on Sunday. We are having Gary B as a special guest. Video wise, just going to be some unboxing stuff that I hate to say. I'm about a month and a half putting off some stuff I found. So
gotcha.
Got a lot of new stuff coming in. So.
I got some unboxing video I'll drop tomorrow night. I got a bunch of them in queue. I'm not sure which one, honestly.
In about 2 weeks, I will have a really large mystery box and with some artwork in it. Hopefully, we'll unbox. But
I'll take. Anyways, this is I'm reviewing this on Tuesday. It's Die Volume 1, and you can win a copy of it. Or you can win this. So check it out, guys. Wednesday or Thursday, I'll do my weekly comic review show, and that's about it. Everybody, get off my lawn and don't be a dick. So.
Peace. That's the new sign off.